drives they were would be the one with Induna, Misho and Karula the other day, chasing the impala, and up in the tree before that, and the hyenas around, and then all three of them coming up to the vehicle, the jigger, and right around us, and going, especially Misho, who is Lieschen's favourite, going right behind her, I mean, feet away from her, and giving her a good look, and she him a good look. And in Duna yesterday, doing the same thing right in front. Funny enough, it's sort of my favourite and her favourite leopard, and we had incredible interactional, eye contact experience with these animals. But the drive with the impala, just the action and activity, and all the different stages and momentums of the drive, that he knows later on, us realizing it's Misho, not Karula. I was convinced, I'm sure pretty much everyone must have been convinced, but we one or two people that saw it and politely didn't inform us that it was Karula. So just so many things, so many surprises, and so many layers to the experience. So from a wildlife point of view, and obviously our favorite character is the leopards, it was an amazing drive. I'll never forget that drive. And the other one that I'll never forget was this morning's drive. I really, really, truly enjoyed this morning drive, and obviously I'm a little bit prejudiced perhaps because I am getting married to Lieschen. I love her very much, and I think she's amazing. And but I know her background very much. I know where she came from, which was totally, vastly, 100% different from what we do. In a very different world, in the very mainstream of science and research on a world level, and then coming to the bush, and having that experience, and how she's adapted and grown with the directing, and what she's brought to that, and the experience she's brought to it for me as a presenter and person working here, and I also know for you as part of our audience, or our friendship, or our weeple, as people often speak of. And this morning to see her presenting and jumping in the chair, and knowing how she doesn't like it in front of a camera, but I was amazed. I was a very happy man, I must say. I was thinking, gosh, well, I feel good. This one is willing to marry me. I'm a lucky guy. But also just, her warmth coming through. And that'll be a drive that I won't forget, ever. In fact, I thought, sure, just as well we'll be moving on, otherwise I might have had some serious competition here.
Sweet.
There'd be encores every day.
Thank you.
But that's the two drives from this week that really stood out. And over the last 3.5 years, many drives, and depending on one's mood and what's going on in your head, many drives will come back. But we've certainly had some incredible experiences here at Buffelshoek Dam, which has got a hippo in it. So I won't be swimming through it this afternoon. Two hippos. Yeah, he does look like a big one, the one in front here. He's got a big head, big male, or a bull. Yep, sorry, I'm in gear. Oh, music. I think I've got so many different musics running around in my mind at the moment. I can't give you a favourite instantly, but I'm very shy when it... Pas dance, as we call it in Afrikaans. In other words, what would you call it? Slow dancing. I love slow dancing. And we'll be doing more of that when we live in a place where it's something we'll do more of. And certainly at our wedding. Lieschen's a very good dancer. No, you are. We had a New Year's party that we... It was myself and Lieschen and Rory and Andre Klaassen, also a very, very good friend, and his girlfriend and a bunch of us at the coast. Lieschen's a very good dancer. In terms of favourite music, A lot of favorite music. U2 is coming to mind at the moment just because we've been listening to a lot of U2 lately again, and Radiohead, which was not something I was really that into before I met Lieschen, and then started listening to it, really enjoy it. Silver Sun Pickups, big favorite of ours. Kings of Leon, oh yeah, Kings of Leon is awesome. And then the other part, Tony's asking a few parts of questions. Then Tony, you tend to do this. You tend to ask these questions that gets me sort of talking along. So I'll talk a little bit and then we'll see if anything pops up at the waterhole. If next minute or two we'll move on, but for now we'll watch this big hip. Just to judge the size of the thing, he does look, he's the top of the head and neck's very thick, so it's definitely a bull. Tony's asking, what's the stupidest question I've ever been asked? Well, that's it. And I know Tony long enough to make that joke with him. I know that Tony and Lieschen even got that one quite quickly. It took a little while. Lieschen is normally a bit slow on the take with jokes. Tony, no, I'm obviously just kidding with you, and I know that we can do that with each other. It's a often used cliche, and one that I think is in many ways true. There's no such thing as a stupid question, because if people ask something and they truly wonder what that, there's another hippo there. Can we see it? Go a little forward, you get your little window through the trees there. There, you got him. No, a little bit more. It's fine. Twigs. Speaking to someone that might know the answer, then ask by all means. And I'm the last one to say never ask a question or don't ask too many questions. I grew up asking questions at a phenomenal rate. I mean, my dad has told the story, I think, live, but if he hasn't, he'll tell you at some stage. I went through a stage in my life where I was asking questions literally pretty much the most patience or the EQ to understand people and deal with those questions. But you do get them. And I can't think of one now as such, but for example, you might sit like this and it's beautiful here in nature and you've got all the things around you, and often in a guiding situation you might have just explained maybe why hippos spend the whole day in the water and how they graze at night and come back to the waterholes in daytime. And you'll sit there and enjoy this lovely scene around you and the harmony and tranquility and perfect balance of nature. And someone will go, do hippos spend a lot of time in water? And then I would have to classify that as a stupid question. And I'm not making this up. That kind of thing happens. Now you will look at a herd of impala busy grazing in the lush green grass, eating, every now and again lifting their heads up, chewing on the grass in their mouth while they're looking around for possible predators. And people will go, what do impala eat? And by all means, that's not a stupid question, because in the specific case, impalas do also eat leaves. So you could explain that to them. They also eat berries at certain times of the year. They eat marulas in February. But sometimes there is just I think that's enough on the stupid question part for now. But you know what I mean. It can be funny. Let's call them, what's the most entertaining question I've ever been asked? Oh, there was one that almost came to mind now, and I just, you know when you almost have a thought and then it just slips away.